Hey there, Brick fans, and welcome to this episode of Building Batuu Galaxy's Edge in Lego. Now, on today's episode, we are going to be looking at the subfloor for the Spaceport, as well as a few tests for the terrain, which then turned into a test for the rock wall and also one of the walls for the resistance base. I'm also going to take you through some of the minifigures that we're going to be using in the mock, as well as some of the recent Bricklink orders I've got. Now, one thing that you will notice is that I am kind of jumping around a little bit in terms of what I'll be working on. That's mainly because I have a whole bunch of Bricklink orders in now, big orders, and I'm waiting for those to come in before I can keep going. So I'm pretty much going to be using any bricks that I have available to me in the brand new brick wall, which has been updated and filled out and packed out now and is ready to go. So that is going to be a lot of fun. Whether you're a new or old viewer, please, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications bell too, so you don't miss any content. It really does help out the channel if you guys do so. And if you enjoy it, like it. So get ready. I got my Wookiee outfit on. I'm raring to go. Let's get stuck in. So just to get started today, we're going to go over some of the minifigures that I've picked up so far that are going to go into the mock, and also just a bunch of the Bricklink orders that I've had come in, or some picker bricks. Just a few little small orders at the moment, just to see kind of what sort of color palette and a few brick pieces, and to do a few tests of various things. Obviously, it's a much larger piece, and this is certainly not going to cover it. But this hopefully will give me a bit of a kickstart, a bit of an idea of what needs to be ordered next through Bricklink and where I get going. So just to kick it off, here is a small order I got from Sunbricks. Basically, there's a few nougats, some dark orange in there. I really like the nougats for the pathways especially. So I'm going to sort of try out a few things with that. Mainly for terrain stuff, a few sort of wedges and things like that in there. That should hopefully complement the rest of the stuff that I've already got in the brick wall. I did pick up which I think was a really good pickup, a second-hand haul of like a big bulk set, but I found like this pack here, which is like 100% the Ewok village. It's not complete, but it is definitely the Ewok village. I've had a look here. You can see some of the pieces. If anyone's got the Ewok village, you know that that is definitely one of the redwood trees that's built from it. This will really serve super well, I think, for the resistance base and kind of this area where we are now at the front. So this will all be the resistance base, and I think this will really kick it off. Just in terms of the color palette, I definitely do like, as I said, the nougats before, nougats, whatever the hell people like to call it. I know, like, I've heard nougats, I've heard nougats. I don't know. I'm going to call it both things probably over the course. A lot of dark tan, especially for the resistance base, ancient ruins, that type of thing, and throughout Galaxy's Edge as well. And you will see some color gradient going through the place as well. But definitely I really like some of these more subdued colors, particularly in the greenery, as opposed to this kind of, that kind of light green, and like all the normal green and light greens. I want to sort of go more towards the realistic sort of colors, and then just use this to sort of highlight and punch out where I want to show certain colors. So those are those. I did have a few decent visits to the picker brick walls at my local Charlestown Lego store. So I picked up heaps of these olive green branches, because I plan on having them sort of scattered throughout where I want to have a bit of foliage throughout the build. I'm going to be placing them around the place, as well as a lot in this foresty kind of area here. Alongside, in particular, those dark green the dark green pieces here, you'll see. I also picked up a whole bunch of nougats, 1x2s, because I think I'm going to be using a fair bit of those. And also for terrain, specifically on the pathways, a whole bunch of nougat plates. I pretty much completely drained them of all of their nougats, actually, that they had. So yeah, that's the kind of Bricklink orders / picker bricks that I've picked up just in the last little bit to complement the now finished brick wall. Yeah. So that took a long time too, which is why, you know, I haven't done too much building this week. Just having a look at some of the minifigures. Some of these you will have seen last week. Vi Marati obviously is a mainstay. You've got Leia Organa, the Resistance Lieutenant, Resistance Dude, ground crew pretty much. This is from the Resistance Battle Pack. Connex, Rose, Poe Dameron, Snap, another X-Wing pilot. Lieutenant Beck from the Rise of the Resistance from the ITS Transport. R2, who will be in there as well. The Guavian Death Gang. I picked up these. Some of these actually came in that box set too, which I was pretty chuffed about, as did the Resistance Pack guys. BB-8 as well. He made it in there, so that's exciting. A lot of the First Order guys, which you would have seen last week. I think you only would have seen the Officer, Kylo Ren, and Stormtrooper. They actually all came in a recent set that I bought secondhand as well, which is the Kylo Ren Command Shuttle, the first one. I actually got this really to get these, but then thinking about it, I was like, maybe it would be a really cool, unique challenge to see if I can take all of these pieces, which are actually in this box right here, and there we go, and try to create the TIE Echelon fighter that sits on the First Order base, which is just over there. So if I can do that, that will be a cool challenge. I'm actually going to do like a challenge, and obviously I'm probably going to have to add a few parts. But if I can do the majority of it out of that, then I think that'll be a fun little challenge that I'll do, and I'll do that as a straight off, like one-off episode, and see how I do with it. If I fail miserably, I will probably just, well, no, I will definitely rebuild it and redesign it. I'll probably redesign it even after that challenge, but if I could do it in one hit, that would be super awesome. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, enough of this order stuff now. Let's go get stuck into the sub-layer, subfloor over there at the spaceport, and a little bit of building. So we're over here in the spaceport to have a look at the subfloor that I've put down. There is a fair bit of height to this part, just because I wanted the Falcon to be pretty raised up, and kind of as you look down, you sort of see the Falcon up at the end. And we obviously do have more raised buildings in Ogre's Cantina and Doc Ondar's, and we're going a bit higher over in the marketplace. So I wanted to raise this guy up a little bit, and then slowly the ground will just fall away through here to become the landing path. So basically what I've done here is I've created a whole stack of like piers, essentially. Let's see, through there. There they are. And all they are 2x4 bricks, any color I could find, pretty much to chuck under there. You're never going to see them. I'm actually even going to build up this side here with rock face, because this is actually going to be the large spire that you see that's right next to the spaceport anyway, which is why I've used the colored plates here, just to use up some colored plates, because again, you don't see them. You will actually see in this section, which is why I've kept the sandy plates, although all of this will be tiled. And then coming into here, you'll see the rock start to step away. That's going to be up next, and I'm going to do a few tests of what that's going to look like and what sort of visual I'm going to try and do. I'd like to sort of have some path that kind of falls off a little bit like this, then the pathway kind of winds a bit through here, and then kind of have these little mini rock faces kind of leading down. So we'll see how that goes. Also, you'll see over there, I'm making use of as many paths as possible for the subfloor, which is a bunch of old castle pieces just to make up the edge there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Falcon fits on. You'll see the arc of the, not the Covenant, the arc of the Spaceport here, and how that will work out. So just looking as a top down. So that'll be the little grey area with the bays in here and then the tower next to it. Okay, we're back down at the resistance base where I've done a few tests for various things. Some of the terrain, some of the rock wall here for underneath the underpass, which I'm pretty happy with the result of that. And that will obviously continue up and over. And then also, this is not really a good indication, obviously, of what the terrain will look like. Maybe over this side a bit more. I'm actually waiting on a massive brick order of the nougat tiles, which will basically track the whole way along here. So this is just sort of on the edge to build up, and I will continue to build this up a little bit further along here. And add a few slopes in, a few little accent points of the dark orange in there, and then bleeding into the reddish browns, and then this little dark brown section over near the ancient ruins. So there's a little piece of what the ancient ruins is going to look like, type of build. Very kind of derelict, mossy look to it. And you'll see here, this is actually the first resistance wall. It's not actually in place yet, so like I can totally just move it, and I probably will just to show you guys what it's going to kind of look like. So again, you know, very kind of derelict. I tried to get a kind of vast array of pieces in there, just to show that it was a bit broken down and kind of keep the sort of mossy theme going. This will actually finish off in the corner. That will line this, and then the X-wing departure will be here. This will all be tiled through here, and in this section, this corner section here, that will actually be a continuation of the rock formation. Will come inside and form the rock there, and that will actually be the back wall. And so this kind of bleeds together, these two sections. But yeah, that's the that's some of the builds so far. I didn't do any time lapses of this stuff just because I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with it and what kind of styles and things like that. You know, if you guys want to see more time lapses or not, maybe comment down below and just let me know what you think. Also, let me know how you guys feel about these brick styles. It'd be good to get everyone's feedback and see what you guys think is appealing. I will be jumping around the place because basically I've got a whole stack of Bricklink orders now coming in. So I'm going to be jumping from, I might be over in the resistance base for a little while, and then I might even jump over to the droid depot interior because I've got a bunch of reds and dark reds. I'm pretty much just going to be using every brick that I have available to me now, as I wait for the Bricklinks to come in. So there you go, there's a little update, and please stay tuned because there is heaps more to come. Well, Brick fans, the time has come. That pretty much wraps up another episode of Brickmad Sam. Coming up next on the channel, Bricklink orders permitting, I will be looking at some more of the terrain and trying to finalize some of that, moving through the park. I will be starting a little bit on Doc Ondos as well. Mainly because the idea is that I'm going to try and work from the middle outwards. mainly because it's going to be hard for me to work over the top of the buildings on the edge. So yeah, stay tuned for that one. There's a lot more content coming up. I hope you guys got a good taste of today. And if you haven't already, as I said earlier, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you enjoyed today's episode. And until next time, may the bricks be with you.